Kia ora, boys. It's been a great term. Thank you so much for your efforts. Obviously, we've had a worldwide pandemic, but I'm been incredibly proud of the positivity and the way we've gone about things this term. It's one thing I'd like to talk about at the end of this little presentation, but I do want to thank you for your efforts and thank the staff as well for their efforts during the term. Really exciting to announce 3 new monitors. Jake Dickey, Ben Kuravilla and Hugo Wilson. Jake's away, but we're going to hear from Ben and Hugo in this assembly, but absolutely thrilled to announce these 3 young men as monitors. Mufti Day on Wednesday, that is a change. Mufti Day is not Thursday, it's Wednesday. We're raising money for Tonga, so make sure you come along and make sure we actually raise a decent amount of money for Tonga, who are preparing themselves after the eruption. Really enjoying catching up with Liam Bately, our Deputy Senior Monitor, who's heading the Student Forum. He's going to speak in this assembly about the feedback from the Student Forum, and Liam and I have talked through the points that the Student Forum raised, and so Liam's going to give you an update on those and the progress we're making. And I want to remind you about the quiz that's happening. So this is the house quiz, another house competition. You've been sent a form to sign up. We'll do this in house teams. Each team will have a runner. It's run a bit like the Cantermath competition. There'll be house points up for grabs and food vouchers. So please get onto that and sign up for the house quiz. Right, I said I'd talk about the term, and the problem this term has been haircuts, uniform and facial hair. So we're going to have a reset next term. Actually, Liam, can you take your shoe off and just bring it over to me? So we know mullets are contagious. So over the holidays, we're going to go hard, we're going to go early, you're going to get your haircut sorted, and we are going to get rid of the mullets. Some of you also do not have school shoes. I've taken a gamble that Liam does have the correct school shoe. Yes, this is the correct school shoe. So please, if you've got New Balance or Asics black sneakers, they're not school shoes. So get that as well as your haircut sorted over the holidays. I'm really excited about next term, but there are some things, just some social standards that we need to raise. And just as you know, still getting the tutoring about Te Ao Māori. So I'm going to finish with karakia and then a phrase. The phrase is have a good day, and you'll hear that phrase in a second. So karakia. I te rere, ka kikatia, katia, tihei, Māori ora. And then kia pai tara. So have a good day, lads. Aotearoa Pero.
Hey boys, I'm Ben Kuravilla. I'm a house leader and I'm one of your monitors for this year. I'm interested in my snow sports and my skateboarding, and I'm also interested in my academics. I'm really looking forward to this year, so come say hi. Cheers.
Hi boys, I'm Hugo Wilson, your new monitor for 2022. I'm interested in my academics as well as my cricket. I'm also part of the Japanese drumming group Takumi, and I'm a house leader. So yeah, really looking forward to the year ahead, boys. Cheers, thank you.
I'm just choosing not to be smart at the moment, but if I put the effort in, I could be really smart. Jonah from Tonga. Boys, I think this quote reflects some of our attitudes so far this year. As Term 2 approaches, more tests and internals will be given out, which will heavily influence our end-of-year results. I encourage you boys to start focusing on your education and put in the hard work. We don't want to find ourselves in stressful situations at the end of the year where we need to pass certain exams. If you begin working hard now, you'll be able to set the right attitude for the rest of the year and get the results that you desire. I know you boys can do it, so I urge you to start putting in the effort. Cheers.
Hey there boys, we've just had the second Student Forum meeting, so I'm here to share the feedback with you. We hope to start assemblies again in Term 2 to raise uniform and behaviour standards, as well as celebrate successes. There was some negative feedback about the following things. The water fountains and bin lids are quite dirty, so it's been organised for them to be cleaned over the holidays. Mr. Hill said kaitiaki class is still compulsory, even if you have a study period first, but the feedback will be passed on. Although missing a school can be challenging for those of us that are isolating, to increase communication from our teachers, the responsibility is on us to get in contact for our work. It was raised that there are not enough bathrooms, but the Ministry of Education has said no to any more toilets. Also, vaping is illegal at school. Unfortunately, there has been a lack of duty with teachers sick, but this should increase again at the start of term 2. Mr. Hill will request more outdoor furniture from the PTA. Then there were several recommendations, so bucket duties will be used more in term 2. Smoke alarms will be investigated for the toilets. Senior leadership will patrol the grandstand at interval and lunch. Seating numbers in the library were initially limited due to COVID, but have now been restored to the maximum, although the return of card games must wait until the orange light setting. The school will look at drinking fountain pressure. House-coloured badges or pockets are currently being investigated, and the student executive will review the uniform in term 2. Unfortunately, the up-and-go machines will not return due to the large amount of litter that they caused. No more FPOS machines can be added to the canteen because it would increase the cost, which we all want to avoid. And finally, I've spoken to the canteen staff about bigger menus and potentially an express snack line for cookies and waffles and that sort. But to make queues noticeably faster, the canteen need help. So if you are free to help any morning teas or lunches, be sure to head in and let Natasha know. And besides, you might get a free lunch out of it. Have a great short week, everyone, and I hope you enjoy your holidays. Aotearoa.
Good morning, boys. This morning I'd just like to recap on a few of the performances from summer tournament week that happened towards the end of March. So starting off with our water polo team. The Boys High Senior A water polo team recently competed in the South Island Festival, where they made their way through to the final in pool play to face the old foe, which is St Bede's. The boys went out to a 2-goal lead, but St Bede's came back with three quick goals leading into half-time. Going into the last quarter, everything was locked up at 5-5, but Bede's quickly scored twice to make it 5-7. Then, Ben Bone scored from outside to close the gap to 1, and Eli Teokutai then added his third for the game to make things even. With 30 seconds to go, Ben Donaldson scored for the school to go out to 8-7 and take a lead going into the last 30 seconds. The boys held on to defeat St Bede's in the final, and this is the first time that St Bede's have lost a Senior A game since 2016. So congratulations to Sam White, Marley Hatutu, Ben Bone, Ben Donaldson, Eli Teokutai, Stephen Burrows, Dallas Hervine, Harry Kearney, Robbie Carroll, Josh Persico and Ethan Hamilton. The boys now head to the New Zealand Secondary Schools Championships, which will be held in Wellington during the school holidays. Moving on to our sailing team. The Boys High sailing team travelled to Timaru on the 28th and 29th of March to compete against schools from across the region in the Lower South Island Team Sailing Regatta. Despite some very strong competition from Christ College and Mount Aspiring College, the Boys High team prevailed, winning 18 of their 20 races. Congratulations to Charlie Bridger, Theo Morris, Oliver Nichols, Harry Taylor, David Buchanan and Diogo Petrucci. Boys High Māori Cup rowing. The 2021 Māori Cup for secondary schools rowing concluded last Saturday week down in Twizel. The squad had an incredibly successful regatta, finishing with the boys competing in 8 A finals and 2 B finals. Highlights from the week were a bronze medal in the under-18 coxless pairs and under-18 cox fours, the under-16 cox four and under-17 cockless pair won silver medals. In the last event of the regatta, Boys High contested the 2022 Māori Cup in the under-18 Boys 8 against Hamilton Boys High, Christ College No. 1, Cashmere, Mount Albert Grammar, Christ College No. 2, St Andrews and Westlake Boys High School. In a fantastic final, the 8 claimed a bronze behind Christ College 1 and Hamilton Boys High. The boys can be incredibly proud of their efforts, and it was a great way to finish off the season. Congratulations to all the boys who won medals in the Māori Cup. Following the regatta, Ted Main and Tom Penberthy were selected for a New Zealand Under-19 trial. Ted and Tom can be very proud of their achievements. And finally, I'd like to congratulate Asher Pettengill-Brand for his selection in the New Zealand athletics team to compete at the Oceania Championships in Australia in June. Asher has been selected in the 200 metres and will also run the 4x100 and 4x400 metre relays. Congratulations and well done to all these boys for their great results. Aotearoa Pedo.